Hello everyone. So in the last lecture, we talked about a very important kind of force, that is the frictional force. Okay, we understood that what is the meaning of kinetic friction and what is the meaning of static friction. Okay, before that we were talking about the normal force. So let us continue our discussion on normal force, and then in the due course we will understand many other important concepts related to the normal force. So for example, an object of mass m is kept on a table, right? Then if I ask you that if the object is at rest, what are the different kinds of forces acting on this object? So we all know that first the gravitational force will act downwards, right? Gravitational force or the weight of an object is the force with which the object is pulled towards the earth. Now the object is at rest on the table. If this is the only force, then the object should accelerate downwards, but it's not like that. The object is at rest, right? So it means that from Newton's first law, if the object is at rest, all the forces acting on the object should balance each other, right? If there is a net unbalanced force, the object will accelerate. But here in this case, the object is not accelerating. So it means that all the forces balance each other. Now if there is a gravitational force acting downward, there has to be an equal and opposite force acting upward which should balance this force. And this is what is the force which is exerted by the surface, and it is perpendicular to the direction of the surface, which is called as normal force. So this is the normal force Fn. I am representing this by Fn. So in this case, when the object is at rest, normal force is equal to m into g, right? Now if on this object there is another force which is acting horizontally, okay, F. If I ask you that how much is the normal force in this case, what will be your answer? Just pause the video and think for a second. In this case also, you will see that the normal force remains the same, because another force F which is acting on the object, it is acting horizontally, right? So there is no change in the forces acting in the vertical direction. We have to apply Newton's second law, F net is equal to mass into acceleration along the x-axis and along the y-axis separately, okay? So in this case, this is x-axis and this one is the y-axis, right? In the y direction, force is still only the gravitational force, so the normal force will be equal to F is equal to mg, right? In this case also mg, but what is the difference in the first and second case? In the first case, the object was at rest, there was no other horizontal force, but in the second case, there is a horizontal force, and if this force is greater than the frictional force, the object will move and there will be a net acceleration, right? So, but the normal force will remain the same. So at present I am concentrating my discussion on the normal force. Now let us take another example. Okay, again there will be a normal force. Now in this case, in place of exerting force horizontally, I am exerting some force from top, okay, but there is no acceleration in the vertical direction. Then what do you think? The normal force will remain the same or it will change? Just pause again the video and then you try to think. So here what you will see that from Newton's first law, because the object is at rest, all the forces should balance each other, right? So total downward force will be equal to upward force. So in this case, so here object is at rest. Okay, here also the object is at rest. And here there is an acceleration in x direction. Okay, the object is at rest, so normal force will be equal to F plus mg. Normal force will change. So this is a very common mistake made by the many students. They just sometimes they do not pay attention to the question and they write normal force Fn is equal to mg. If there is any other force in the vertical direction, then the normal force will change. It will not be equal to mg. Okay, let us take one more example. Okay, I hope these three examples are clear. Let us take one more example. Example 4. Again I take an object of mass m, gravitational force will act downwards and normal force will act upward. Now the force F is acting at an angle theta. The object is accelerating in x direction. Okay, what is given? The object is accelerating in x direction. Now you think and tell me how much is the normal force. Okay, think, how will you apply Newton's second law in x direction and what will happen in y direction? So this is x direction, okay, and this is y direction. So we have already learned how to resolve the vectors. Force is a vector quantity and force is applied at an angle. If there is a force at an angle, we will resolve it into two components, in x and y component. So here, so basically you can just imagine this force is like this. It will have two components, correct? The downward component will be how much? And this angle is theta. So the horizontal component will be F cos theta and the vertical component will be F sin theta. Okay, so now in this case, what will be the normal force? The object is not accelerating in y direction, so all the forces will balance each other. So in y direction, normal force, total downward force will be equal to the upward force. There is no acceleration. There is no acceleration. So how do I apply Newton's second law? F net is equal to 0, right, in y direction. So downward force, this is upward force mg plus F sin theta. This is equation 1. I hope this is clear. Normal force is the upward force which the table is putting on the object, right, and its gravitational weight is acting downward, and there is another component of the force in the vertical direction, that is F sin theta. So we have to include that, mg plus F sin theta, okay, and in x direction there is acceleration. Okay. For example, if I do not consider any friction, there is no friction between the box and the table, then F net is equal to mass into acceleration. How much is F net in x direction? F cos theta. So F cos theta is equal to mass into acceleration, and the mass will come here. This much is the net acceleration in x direction. This is how you can find the acceleration in x direction. Okay. So now what we have learned, that the normal force depends upon how many different forces are there in the vertical direction. Okay. So we have to be careful that we have to include all the forces in the vertical direction in order to calculate the normal force. And if there is no acceleration, then F net is equal to 0. You can balance the forces and find the normal force. If there is an acceleration, then you have to take accordingly. Okay, then you have to take the acceleration in the y direction, and if there is an acceleration in x direction also, then you have to calculate that, and then you have to take the resultant of those two. Okay, but let us keep our problem simple. Here I am not considering any acceleration in the y direction. Okay, so if there is no acceleration in the y direction, then all the forces will balance in the y direction. Now let us move further and see that this plays a very important role when we are going in the lift. Okay, for example, a person is standing in a lift, okay, and he is standing on the weighing machine, and somebody asks you what will be the reading of the weighing machine. Okay, so now here what the reading the weighing machine will read. So when you are standing on the weighing machine, you are exerting some force on the weighing machine, and the weighing machine is exerting force on you, right? And that is the normal force on you. That is what is the reading of the weighing machine. So basically, when you are calculating the reading of the weighing machine, you have to calculate the normal force. Okay, and when the lift is accelerating in the vertical direction, then there is an acceleration in the vertical direction. So we have to apply Newton's second law accordingly. So let us see how to do those problems. First of all, let us take a stationary lift. There is a person standing in the lift, and this is the weighing machine. Okay, the person's weight is, so you have to find reading of the weighing machine. Okay, now the lift is stationary. Case 1, the lift is stationary. When the lift is stationary, let us concentrate on this, the person and the weighing machine. The person will exert force mg, okay, and the weighing machine will exert normal force Fn. It is the force which the weighing machine will exert will be the reading of the weighing machine. Okay, we loosely say 60 kg is the weight of a person, right? But that is mass. Weight should always be in physics in newtons. Okay, but our weighing machine has been calibrated in such a way that we get 60 kg. Okay, so this point should be clear. So here this Fn is equal to mg. The weighing machine will read the exact weight of the person. For example, if the person is 60 kg, the weighing machine will also read 60 kg. Okay, this is the actual weight. Weighing machine will read, if the lift is stationary, will read the actual weight. But now let us take another case when the lift is accelerating upwards. Then what will be the weighing machine? Now it is clear to you that the forces are not balanced, right? The normal force will not be equal to mg in the case when the object is accelerating in the vertical direction, right? So case 2, lift is accelerating in upward direction, okay, with an acceleration a. So how we will use the Newton's second law? This is the lift, person is standing in the lift, and this is the weighing machine, and this lift is accelerating upwards with an acceleration a, right? Again the person's weight will act downward and the normal force will n. Let us apply Newton's second law on the person and the weighing machine, right? So now the lift is accelerating upwards. How to use Newton's second law? Fn, it is going upward, Fn is more than mg minus mg. This will be net force, right? And it is accelerating upwards. So upward direction is taken to be positive and the direction of acceleration. So I am taking upward as a direction of the net force. Ma, Fn is equal to Ma plus mg. Okay? When the lift is accelerating upwards, then the weighing machine is exerting more force on the person. The apparent weight or the normal force will increase. So weighing machine will read more when the lift is accelerating upwards. If somebody asks you the same question, lift is going upwards but slowing down. If the lift is slowing down, it means the direction of motion is upward but the acceleration is downward. That is the meaning of slowing down, right? If somebody is moving upwards and the acceleration is also upward, the object will speed up. The direction of the initial velocity of an object and the acceleration, if they both are in the same direction, whether up or down does not matter, the object will speed up, right? Whereas if the direction motion velocity, initial velocity is upwards, whereas the acceleration is downward, the object will slow down. Then you have to take here minus a, and the normal force will decrease. The apparent weight which the weighing machine will show will be less compared to the actual weight of the person. Okay? So I hope this is clear. The weighing machine will read more. Okay? Now let us take, okay, I hope this is clear. If the lift is stationary, gravitational force is equal to the normal force, they both are balanced, then the weighing machine will read exactly the actual weight of the person. But if the lift is accelerating upwards, right, it is exerting more force, the normal force will increase. Now let us take another. So you have to think both intuitively and you have to cross check mathematically. Now let us take another case. When the lift is accelerating down with an acceleration a, right, then what will happen? This is the person and he is standing on the weighing machine. Okay, let us take the extreme case that the person is standing on the weighing machine and the lift is accelerating down with g. Both the lift is coming down with g. When it can happen? If you cut the rope of the lift, right? So if you cut the rope of the lift, there will be a free fall. It means that the lift, the person, weighing machine, all are coming down with acceleration g, right? So what will happen? If they both are coming down with g, then the person is almost touching the weighing machine and the weighing machine is not exerting any force on the person. What it should read? Intuitively you can imagine that it will not read anything. It will read zero weight. That is a condition of the weightlessness. Okay, and let us see whether we get the same answer mathematically. Okay. So let us take the third case. The lift is accelerating downwards with an acceleration a. Okay. So now this is a lift, this is a person standing on the weighing machine. Now I am taking downward direction to be of the acceleration. So net force is also in the downward direction. So downward direction I am taking to be positive. Mg, and the normal force is Fn. Okay. So mg minus Fn, that will be equal to A, right? So normal force will be equal to, this is subscript, mg minus ma. The normal force will decrease and the apparent weight will be less, the weighing machine will read less. Let us take the extreme condition. If A is equal to G, then it means you have cut the rope. The lift is falling freely. What will happen? mg minus mg, normal force will be 0. The weighing machine will read 0 weight. Okay, right? And here weighing machine will read less weight. Okay, I hope this is clear. So, in all the lift problems, you have to calculate the normal force. That is what is the force exerted by the weighing machine, and that is what is the force that will be read by the, or that is the reading that will be the read by the weighing machine. Okay. So, if you understand this concept, then you can do all the lift problems, right? Now, similarly, you can do what? For example, instead of the person and the weighing machine, if there are 3 blocks kept in the lift, okay, and then lift is stationary, then also we can calculate, right, that if, or instead of 3 blocks, we will do connected body problems little later on. For example, only 1 block is kept on the table, on the lift, right, and the lift is accelerating upwards, right. Then again we can calculate, for example, what if the lift is accelerating upwards, how much will be the normal force, right. Exactly in the similar case, we can just use the Newton's second law and we can calculate how much is the normal force. That will change, right. If there is an acceleration in the x direction and there is no other force in the vertical direction, then the normal force will be only equal to the gravitational force. Okay. So, I hope this point is clear to all of you, right. So, we will stop here, and then in the next lecture we are going to, I am going to discuss Newton's third law, right. With the help of that, we can solve many problems on connected bodies, right. So, these are the 3 very important laws which forms the basis of physics. Okay. So, it is very, very important to understand them well. Okay then, see you all.